beards, a couple of hens, a couple of jakes. So we're seeing birds, but I just gotta figure out where the good ones are at. So I'm gonna walk around right now and get to a spot that I feel like would be a pretty good vantage point for me to look for some of the other gobblers if they're in the field, because it's got a little bit of a hill vibe going on, so you can't necessarily see all the way across it. Right now I see, it could be that same group of jakes.
God made the earth by his power. He founded the world by his wisdom, and stretched out the heavens by his understanding. When he thunders, the waters in the heavens roar. He makes clouds rise from the ends of the earth. He sends lightning with the rain.
Alright folks, I got a hen. She just pitched down in the field over here about 80-90 yards away from me. That gobbler sounds like he's still on the limb, but I got a good feeling he's going to pitch down into this pasture. But I got to do my P's and Q's because I got gobblers in here striking behind me. I got some that are in front of me. It's just a matter of where they're going to go. This is my first time hunting this section of the property, but there's just so many ways these birds can enter the field. And I got myself positioned near the gates because I knew there's nothing else I'm going to be able to get in here. I'm not going to buy a ground blind and throw it up, so I just figured I'm going to get in here, get my back up against this fence post and these gates, and got a little burlap here in front of me, and we're going to see if we can make it do what it do. It's another one behind me. That's the ones we're after right there, them right there. I'm hoping they'll pitch down into this field here, and I'm gonna pan the can just so you folks can see what I'm talking about. So I'm hoping they pitch down into this section of the field. They're either gonna work their way through the fence. They're either gonna work their way through the fence this way into the decoy sets, or they're gonna go off over to the right. Alright folks, we got a couple that just pitched down in the back section of the field. So now we're gonna see what they're gonna do. Oh yep, see the first gobbler. just shot. Oh, they got him. He's beating up on some of those jakes over there a few seconds ago, but I got gobblers in every direction. But if they end up feeding and making their way off over into the neighbor's spot, I know tomorrow morning I'm gonna set up in that corner. Because that's where all those birds pitch down at. I figured when they pitch down, they'd make their way through the gate like they were doing last year, but that seems to not be the case this year. So I know tomorrow, if I don't get a bird this morning, I'm gonna set up in that corner. Alright folks, it looks like that lone gobbler with the hens finally made his way over and onto the neighbor's property. But it sounds like I got another gobbler that's striking in here behind me, so I might have to flip around and get set up and shoot this way. That one gobbler that initially that was hammering right in front of us, like he's completely shut down. Haven't heard him in a while. Doesn't mean that he's gone, but it still doesn't necessarily mean that he's coming to me. But still got good birds gobbling in every direction, so I feel like I'm just gonna sit tight, see what this bird behind me is gonna do. Give it another hour or so. If not, I'm gonna pack up and try to get to a different section, see if I can get on some birds. But so far, we were in the mix, folks. We were just out of it by like maybe 20, 30 yards, maybe. Well, I won't even say 20, 30 yards. I'll say we were probably out of it by maybe 70, 80 yards. They did what I wanted them to do. I mean, they pitched down the field. They just didn't come this way through the gates like they normally do. And I'll show you the decoy setup. Got the thunder chicken right there. 2 hens. And all those birds either pitched down over here, went through the fence, or they pitched down directly in that corner. So tomorrow they'll let me know. I'm gonna get set up in that back corner. So if I don't make nothing happen today, I know tomorrow morning I know where to set up at. Alright folks, we have now made it to the family property. And all I could think about was last year, me and my dad got here and just in that Sweet Susie. And then a gobbler just fired off like 80, 90 yards away. But it looks like this, so it's like you can't really see crap. And first time ever hunting the property, didn't really know about any of the trails in here because there's only really one. So I'm gonna get set up and hopefully we can strike a midday gobbler almost. Well, it's not even midday, it's actually only 10:20, but close enough we'll call it midday. Alright folks, by my grandpap's hog pen over there, you see a couple of them. So I'm gonna get another 30, 40 yards before I start calling. walking the trail. This advantage is going to blend in so good. God, I love real tree. Alright folks, I have now found a ladder stand on the family property, but it looks like it's been here a while based off of how the straps are growing into the tree there and definitely up top. But I don't think this would be a bad spot either. I don't think so. But we're gonna keep walking and calling. So far, no gobbles yet on this property. So stay tuned. Alright folks, I just had a long beard. Well, I shouldn't say long beard. I just had a gobbler hit me back. Finally. So we're gonna get settled, take our time, and hopefully we can call old boy in. Sorry for the lean of the camera, but he's striking this way. Alright folks, he's striking. Listen up. He's going back that way, sounds like it. But I'm gonna be patient, I'm gonna stay put just in case he's not. I know one of my common mistakes I make when I'm turkey hunting is I get too excited and I call too much and I end up moving, being impatient. And then I move and then the bird ends up coming to the spot that had I stayed, I'd have been able to get a shot off at him, but then they catch me in transition and then they run. But old boy's there, he's fired up. I know he's less than 100 yards, folks. Directly in front of me. I just can't see through the thick stuff, so I'm gonna trust myself. I think he's coming to me. Giant gobbler, I see him right now. He's giant. He's giant. Oh my God. So I failed miserably on that one. One, I didn't hit this camera, but I failed miserably on that right there. Oh, I should turn this off. But literally folks, let me give you guys a play-by-play because I should have trusted my gut and I didn't do it, and it costed me because decoy right here, the hand comes through right at that little oak sitting right there. Let me show you specifically so that way we can be aware. So the hen comes through right here and the tom comes through at that dead log that you see just over my index finger right there. And he ends up working his way through full strut and he gets into this lane right here. I end up shooting when he is at, I want to say, this tree right here, and I am shooting with my 20 gauge. So from here to where I shot is only reading 27 yards. So when I shot, he's about maybe right here, give or take. Yeah, about right here. And it's literally 31 yards. So I shot at a turkey at 31 yards with my 20 gauge. Didn't kill him. Don't even think I hit him. I'll have to review the footage. But he just ends up taking off into here. So my initial gut was I needed to move. And the first thing I thought about moving to when he started gobbling, something was telling me I needed to come right here. That gobbler come through at that log right there and worked right on into right here. He was right here. And again, I'm only sitting at, from where I can see all my stuff at, I'm only here at 32 yards. So 32 yards. But God is still good. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I just wish I could have executed better, because that was a beautiful bird, folks. I probably won't see a bird as big and beautiful as that in Florida probably ever again in my life. I mean, perfect scenario. Lone gobbler, lone hen. I'm somewhere where I got a little bit of cover. My backdrop is being covered up by the palmettos and stuff. And he sees the decoy right here. The hen sees the decoy. The hen comes through right here. He comes through about 15 yards that way from that log, all the way across into here, and then that's where I shoot, and he takes off that way. That was it. 32 yards. And then the other thing that I think about too is the fact that, like, I didn't trust my gut, like, both times, and that costed me a bird today, right? First initial reaction was when he started striking, I should have just kept working that fuller trail until I felt like I was close enough, or I was going to a place to not where he was at, but where he was going to go be. And I didn't do that. I ignored it, right? And second one was I should have got set up next to that tree right here. I told myself I needed to go a little bit more further forward, and I neglected to do that because I told myself he's going to see me. But when I think about it, right, had I trusted my gut in that moment, it doesn't guarantee me that I was going to kill that bird, but I would have been closer, because I would have been sitting right here, and the first place I saw that gobbler from where I was sitting at was right there by that log, right there. And I can measure the distance right here. That log ain't but 23 yards. So almost 12, 13 yards shorter. And I could have made the shot. And even if I didn't take that shot there, he ended up working right over here. Nice, good, clean shot, right? Nice, good, clean shot. But I blew it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a pin right here. And if I can get on that bird between now and the rest of the time that I have, I'm going to try it. But, I mean, it's literally midday gobbler, stuck with a hen. Lesson learned.